Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
All new at 6, Detroit police make an arrest in a disturbing case of sexual assault. Detroit police say a social media post led investigators to the suspect. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
Good evening. I'm Karen Drew in for Kimberly Gill. The attack happened Labor Day over at Van Antwerp Park, and that's near St. Martin's and Pinehurst. That's where police say the victim was forced from her vehicle. Victor Williams joins us now live with more on this really disturbing case. Victor?
Yeah, disturbing indeed, Karen and Ty. You know, you have to imagine just how traumatizing this had to be for this woman sitting in a friend's car when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone walks up and then they force you right into this porta potty. Well, this is where the alleged rape took place, but thankfully the person responsible is now in custody.
When he was finished, he fled the area.
Investigators tell us the woman was sitting in a friend's car at Van Antwerp Park on August the 1st around 9:55 p.m. when a man allegedly forced her out of the vehicle at gunpoint and told her she needed to go to the porta potty. When she refused, that's when he allegedly fired a shot at the ground and made it clear he was serious. After the terrifying sexual assault took place in the porta potty, the man ran away from the area, but it didn't take long for DPD's sex crimes unit to open up an investigation after finding out about the incident. Initially, the woman did not go to the police. Instead, she went to the social media, releasing a photo of a guy and his name. Once police were actually informed, that's when they opened their investigation to see if this happened to any other women in the area. Police from there were able to find the man when the victim pointed him out during a suspect lineup. People living nearby can't believe that this took place so close. They also can't believe that the suspect potentially also lives in the area.
I'm up here on a daily, and he's up here too almost on a daily, and it's like to the point like he never gave that attention to the point that he wanted like to even do something like that. And we all was kind of shocked about it, like everybody up here like he never gave that attention.
Now, police say that a rape kit helped in the investigation. The woman was able to actually go to the hospital and get that rape kit. We are told also this man has yet to be charged, but as this does take place, he is expected to be charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Live on the west side, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Wow, so scary for that woman, obviously, and all the families that visit there. All right, we know you'll stay on top of it. We appreciate it. Thank you, Victor. Bond denied for a Detroit man charged in a deadly pool party stabbing. 31-year-old Dewana Hobson pled not guilty to several charges, including first-degree murder. Prosecutors say Hobson stabbed 4 people, 2 fatally, after an argument over someone dancing with his girlfriend. This happened August 9th at a backyard pool party at an Airbnb near East 7 Mile in Fleming. Hobson, who was on parole for a previous assault, will remain in jail. Bond can be reviewed at the next hearing on September 16th. If convicted, he faces life in prison.
The woman accused of stabbing and killing her manager at a McDonald's in East Point was back in court today. Afeni Badu Muhammad is facing first-degree murder, accused of killing 39-year-old Jennifer Harris, a mother of 6. Noel Friel joins us live with the details. And Noel, criminal proceedings against Muhammad could be paused. That's because experts need to determine if she's competent to stand trial.
Yeah, that's right. Muhammad's attorney ordered her to undergo a mental competency evaluation to determine whether she'll be able to understand the charges against her and participate in her own defense. One of the charges she's now facing is for being a habitual offender. We've now uncovered that charge is tied to another stabbing case in another state where Muhammad pled guilty. Loved ones of Jennifer Harris will have to continue to wait for justice as Afeni Muhammad undergoes a mental competency evaluation to determine if she's competent to go to trial.
I knew she was being interviewed, spoken to the doctor. In regards to the time of the report, we leave it to the discretion on when we want to come back.
Muhammad's defense attorney, Joshua Jones, requested the exam. If she's found to be mentally unfit, the case will be put on pause.
Procedurally here in Michigan, when someone is determined to be incompetent, then they go seek services if the center or the doctor determines or believes that they are able to become competent. And so that's what would happen if the conclusion is that she is incompetent.
Muhammad is facing a first-degree murder charge, accused of stabbing Harris to death after an argument where Harris sent her home from work early, appearing to post rantings online about her 2 days before.
She could keep bending bully if she wants to, but that is going to catch up to her. because it ain't funny at all.
And it's not the first stabbing case Muhammad has been charged in. Local 4 uncovered court documents from a case out of Virginia where she pled guilty to unlawful felony wounding in 2022 after an incident where she stabbed her boyfriend during an argument. According to a criminal complaint, she admitted to stabbing him, saying they had gotten into an altercation after her boyfriend learned she had spoken with a male friend about issues in their relationship. She was given a suspended sentence of 4 years, meaning she didn't have to serve any prison time so long as she met several conditions, including 1 year of state-supervised probation and abiding by a protective order. And we have the full details of that case over at clickondetroit.com. Muhammad's attorney expects to have the results of her competency exam in the next few weeks. Her next court date is scheduled for October 8th. Live in East Point, Noelle Friel, Local 4.
A case we know you'll be following closely. Noelle, thank you.
Well, tonight we are learning more about the moments leading up to the deaths of a mother and a son. 41-year-old Linda Hill and 12-year-old Cardi Jackson were found inside their Hazel Park home on Labor Day. And now a 43-year-old man from Redford is under arrest. This is video that we were able to get earlier today that we're sharing. Lauren Kostick now joins us with the latest on the case and obviously how this community is remembering this family.
Well, Karen, in just an hour, family and friends will be gathering here at the junior high to remember these two victims. In fact, the 12-year-old, he was a student here at the junior high here in Hazel Park, now just blocks away from where the suspect is being held at the police department. And I want to show you video of the arrest that you were talking about. Take a look here. We got this video from a neighbor in Pontiac. She said Oakland County's deputies and also SWAT showed up last night in the 500 block of Whitmore Street. You can see the 43-year-old suspect from Redford being taken away in handcuffs. But right now it's not clear why he was there. So we knocked on the door of the home, but the woman inside, she wouldn't comment on the arrest. However, neighbors tell me something is suspicious.
I'm sorry to hear that something like this even happened to you, a child.
12 years old.
So sorry to hear that happened. But once again, I'm glad he's off the streets. He won't do it to nobody else.
Right. And the family told me today that they know exactly who this suspect is and that he was known to the family prior to all this, but they would not go into detail about that. Information that we are hoping to learn soon once this suspect is arraigned. The police chief telling me just a little bit ago that he's expecting that to happen at the earliest Friday or Saturday. So still some time. But tonight, that vigil, the family focusing on the victims, and that will be happening at 7:15 here at the junior high. Reporting live tonight, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
So hard for the entire community. All right. Thank you, Lauren.
Local 4 updates. We now know what caused that crash that shut down 94 in Ann Arbor. We brought this to you as breaking news yesterday night. Michigan State Police now say a driver merging onto 94 from the Jackson Street on-ramp hit that semi-truck. And force pushed the semi and another car into the median. The highway was closed for hours while crews cleaned up hundreds of bottles spilled on the road. That's what the semi was carrying. No one was seriously hurt. Michigan State Police are releasing new numbers showing traffic crashes and deaths related to those crashes are both on the rise.
So let's take a look at the numbers of deadly crashes from the last 5 years. Last year, there was more than 288,000 crashes, which is 927 more than the year before. Now, unfortunately, the number of deaths also rose slightly with 1,099 deaths. During Local 4 Live, Nick Monticelli spoke with MSP Lieutenant Mike Shaw about the top culprits, distracted driving and speed.
For some reason, it seems like Michiganders think driving is competitive. There's no...
I've never heard it put better before.
There's no stickers on your car. There's only one person in the area that has a sticker on their car, and that's me.
Yeah.
There's no stickers on there. So if you leave early, you take your time, you know where you're going, you drive the speed limit, put your seatbelt on, put the phone down, these crashes would reduce dramatically.
Another troubling statistic mentioned in that report, the number of teen deaths also up 17%, with 77 teens dying in crashes last year. By the way, you can watch the full interview with Lieutenant Mike Shaw on clickondetroit.com. Also, make sure to catch interviews like these on Local 4 Live, weekdays from 8 until 10, streaming on Local 4 Plus, Click on Detroit, and YouTube. Oh, and by the way, you can hit up Click on Detroit, too, for some local stats on I-96, 75, and 94 for our Local 4 investigators investigation we did over the past couple of months.
Data breaches are always a good reminder to check your credit report. But what about our kids? Consumer experts say identity theft targeting kids can go undetected for years. As students are heading back to school, scammers are targeting their personal information. The Federal Trade Commission says 2% of identity theft cases this year involve children under 19. Experts are warning that Social Security numbers and medical information are prime targets for our kids. And because children don't make regular financial transactions, the theft can go unnoticed for years.
One of the reasons that children's identities are so appealing to the bad actors is because kids don't engage in the world the same way adults do.
Yeah, that provides a unique opportunity for scammers, and the FTC does recommend parents request a free credit freeze for children under 16 to prevent fraud.
Stretch of southbound I-75 closing for 2 weekends this month for bridge work. The closure runs from Clark to Schaefer, and it starts this Friday at 9 p.m. and it goes through Monday at 5 a.m. Again, next weekend, same times. Your detour options include westbound I-96 to I-94, then southbound I-275 or Fort Street for local traffic. This $42 million project includes protective surface work on 4 bridges and also some improvements to that Rouge River crossing, which lots of people complain about. Now to the weather. As parts of Metro Detroit can expect some rain tonight.
So let's go to forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams with a first look at the latest timetable on that new rain.
Well, right now it's here in parts of Howell, Novi, Waterford, and eventually spreading over to the east side. So if you live on the east side, you only have about 40 minutes before that rain is going to reach your area. We don't have thunderstorms to track. This is just an area of rain, but we'll go in a little closer and do some street level mapping here and show you some of the cities affected right now. So just getting into Northville and Novi, and then you see the darker green here. So it's raining light to moderate now, but eventually getting some heavier downpours, not quite to Beverly Hills and Madison Heights, just getting into Rochester Hills. And as I said, if you're on the east side, you got a little bit of time, but not much. I do have lightning detector on. We'll turn on our counter here and see if we have any strikes, and there are no strikes. So this is just rain for right now, but back out to the west, we do have a couple of thunderstorms that have affected parts of north of Lansing and over to Flint, Saginaw, Bay City, getting a little bit of thunderstorm activity now. So that will be the second wave that comes through around 10 o'clock tonight. You might start hearing a rumble of thunder, and then things clear out by tomorrow morning, leaving us with some fall-like weather. We'll talk about those temps coming up.